Today the discussion is about unbelievable utterances from Max 1, self-confessed youth leader from the famous Nyabohanza village, Kenya. Watch the clip before we dig deeper into the matter.
First, let me start with the chief, because this our chief. You know, in our area here we have two chiefs. We have the assistant chief and we have the main chief. So my message went to the main chief, because that main chief is the one who is signing for the land to be bought or to be sold. And I'm glad the message reached him. The message reached him. And I'm very glad that he has spoken out and he has said, henceforth from today, from today, if that is correct, if anyone is buying the land, there must be two parties involved, and those two parties, there'll be a satisfactory evidence that for sure the person who is selling that land is selling it because of a problem that is tangible, not just selling. Because imagine you have been gifted a land, yes, by your father or your grandfather. The grandfather gifted your father. The father never saw that land. He gave it to you. Just because of your drunkardness, or because you want to always, be partying, drinking. You're forgetting that you're not married. You have children. You are just convinced, just because of small small money for your treasured land. Even if you can, for us, for Max 1, I usually say that God has granted me something that I can see, something that other people cannot see. And I'm glad that whatever I usually say, it always comes to pass. So I want to congratulate the chief for the first time, because after the villagers got angry and they told him that this kind of nonsense should stop, because there was a lot of chaos, there was a lot of fight even between the brothers, just because of these lands. Now the chief has woken up and he has said for sure he has to think twice, because even if the land belongs to someone, he has to bring a tangible reason as to why he's selling that land. More especially when he's married and he has got children that are, growing. We don't want to see homeless children here. We don't want street children in our village here. This is still a village. This is still a village. And what I don't want me as Max 1 is to see the children that I know being homeless, sleeping in the streets, saying that help me even to eat, while they had got a big land where they could have even planted their own maize, planted their own veggies, did their own farming, have what is supposed to for them to have as an upkeep. So we don't want, this is just a village. We are not in Nairobi here. We don't want to be encountered with street children here. And that is what I'm against. People might not see, but me, Max 1, I usually see it. Because when you chase innocent children from their own home, what do you want them to go? They don't, basically, and to speak the truth is that once they are sent out of where they were living, the dad or the mom will not afford to pay the rent. And you find them now lying in people's verandas, people's basements at night. They have no anything to cover them. Because when you go to the street of Nairobi, you'll know what I'm talking about. And this is what our brothers and sisters want to bring in our community, which is not good. If God has blessed you, you already have a very big land. You've already built a very big house. Your family is enjoying. Why do you want to make other people shed tears for nothing? So kudos for the chief, because we were with you yesterday and we agreed. Don't go against what we discussed, because you saw the sense in what I told you, And this is how it's supposed to be, because we don't want children to be shedding tears because of you. that if it was not for the chief signing down, then our land could not have been sold. Because you'll find that in the family, you'll find that all people are drunkard. No one can advise another one. When someone comes with just an idea of selling, they are celebrating because they know they are going to sit together to drink, they are going to sit together to eat, they are going to sit together to make a celebration, and after that money is over, they start now, passing through a lot, which is not a good thing. For me, I'll not, so long as I'm alive, I'll always speak for my people. Even if there are those who think that Max 1 is not making sense. Me, I usually make sense in whatever I speak, and I have a reason as to why I'm speaking it. So the chief has given a verdict that from today, even if you're having a lot of millions, the family members, all the family members should be included while selling that land. Not to individuals, not convincing a person just because of a small motorbike, a motorbike of 200,000 Kenyan shillings or 150,000 Kenyan shillings, and you end up exchanging the land just because he has no people to speak for him, he has no people to at least to advise him. No, don't take advantage of people for your own benefits. It's not a good thing. So the chief continued the same spirit, and it is good. Max 1 is not against, and I'm saying this repeatedly, I'm not against people buying the land, but let the people who are selling the land be of a reasonable thing that we are selling this land because our child is seeking to get something, as a family, not one. And for those youths like me, who we are married, and our fathers maybe blessed us with a small plot of land, let us reason very keenly. Let us be reasonable. Let us be reasonable in whatever decision that we take. Let us be reasonable. So from today, there's no more land grabbing here. Just because you have 3,000 Kenyan shillings, 300,000 Kenyan shillings, that is around. Sometimes I wonder, the land. The more the years, the value always increases. And we've seen people now taking advantage just because they want to invest in lands. Yes, the land is the best investment someone can ever do, but do it in a good way. Don't do it leaving other people in tears. So the message about the chief is done. Whoever wants to rant, let him rant. Me, Max 1, usually speak and go.
Into the matter. In Kenya, a local chief does not have the legal authority to stop an individual landowner from selling a portion of their land. Land ownership in Kenya is governed by the Constitution and various laws such as the Land Act, which grants individuals the right to buy, sell, and transfer land. There is also no legal requirement for an individual landowner to provide the local chief with a reason for selling their land. So what Max 1 is talking about is a fabricated thing like usual as lies or out of ignorance and arrogance. The Kenyan Constitution, particularly under Article 40, guarantees the right to property, which includes the rights of individuals to own, use, and dispose of their property as they see fit. This provision affirms individual freedoms regarding property ownership and transactions, emphasizing that individuals should not be unjustly deprived of their property. If any requirement to inform a local chief or community leader were to be enforced as indicated by Max 1 in a way that restricts or impedes an individual's right to sell their land, it could be argued as an interference with individual freedom as protected by the Constitution. And you cannot override the Constitution single-handedly and in haphazard manner like this. This must have been your own utterances, which has nothing to do with the chief. Stop jealousy, which pushes you to come up with lies and fabricated negativities against others. Moreover, for a chief to come up with such an announcement, there is always a protocol to be followed, and they are as follows. In Kenya, a chief typically communicates decisions to villagers through several methods, depending on the context and the nature of the decision. Here are some common ways. Chiefs often hold barazas, which are public gatherings. During these meetings, they address the community directly, sharing important announcements, decisions, and discussing local issues. Chiefs may also post public notices in common areas such as marketplaces, schools, or places of worship. These notices are used to inform villagers about decisions, upcoming events, or changes in local policies. In some regions, especially where there is access to radio, chiefs may use local radio stations to disseminate important information and decisions to a wider audience. Chiefs often collaborate with local leaders, such as elders or community representatives, to relay messages and decisions through their networks, ensuring effective communication. For formal communications, chiefs may issue written letters or memos to relevant parties, which can then be shared with the community. Decisions may also be communicated during social gatherings or ceremonies, which can be effective for community engagement and discussion. These methods reflect traditional practices and the importance of community in decision-making processes in Kenya. So this fellow Max, apparently full of ignorance and blinded by jealousy, comes out with utterances which are completely confusing and rubbish. Best is for the villagers to ignore it completely.